Afternoon, everybody. I'm a few minutes late, but thank you guys for being here. I don't want to get started and miss anybody, so we're gonna basically go over the trade that got me over 100% return. I posted it on Discord. I posted it. I signaled it inside of Discord. I posted it. Um, on multiple boards or groups on Facebook. And I just said I need to come on and break the trade down. One, I had a gentleman say, "Oh, here you go with your phony trade. You posted this last week. This is a phony trade." And so I asked him, like, "What do you mean phony trade?" Hey, K Watts. Hey, Raymond. Thank you guys for tuning in. So I didn't think I needed to clarify or prove anything, but I just wanted to show you guys and break down how I spotted the trade, what was my thinking and thought process behind turning $16 into 180 something dollars over the weekend. So again, a lot of people they see maybe my page, my tone, being an African American woman, and like how did she pick that trade and I not do it, or just questioning the type of authority that you have or the knowledge base that you have. So to start off, we had a 3 day weekend. So that helped me first in picking the trade that I wanted to put in, whether I was going to get calls or puts on the market. Usually, when you're thinking about that, you want to think about the psychology, not about retail, but about hedge funds or corporations and large shareholders. Most of the time, they don't want to hold over a long weekend because there's so much uncertainty. And I said, this could lead to some downside. Thank you guys for checking in. Emeka Human, thank you. Miss Phoenix, thank you guys for popping in. But let me get to it. So that was the first inkling that let me know, okay, let me grab a put. Now I just said, hey, I've had a great week. I'm not gonna overspend on a trade because we got theta going to, theta may go against me. So I just risked something very reasonable, but very much still on par for the position. So 3 day weekend, and I had a couple of things that play into this for me, which was, I believe it's the Supreme Court with Trump. So with that, the market showed off there was going to be an indictment over tariffs or something like that. So the market showed off. I really just anticipated, I said, hey, if we get about half of the move, I didn't have a lot of settled cash. So I said, let me go with what I can afford. We closed on, well, SPY closed on Friday. Just that last 5 minute candle, 691.59. So I said, okay, let me say if it gets $5 and I'm 10 points away, I'll still make some money. And if we look, I slept. Weekend was fine. I didn't overtrade, but when the market opened on the 20th, after that 3 day weekend with that information, we were down 10 points. So hey, if you got anything closer than that, the trade was great. Now, again, I'm gonna break down how that worked. Again, I picked it because I was just like, if it moves $5 and I'm 10 points away, I'm still gonna be in profit. This does play into, you're looking at your Greeks, your theta overholding over the weekend. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Thank you so much for popping in, Terrence. Like and share just so other people can come in and get this one. I may leave it up, I may not. Um, but it was the power within the trade. So here is my brokerage account. You can see my trade confirmation here. I got into the trade. My limit price, my fill was $16. And when I closed, I didn't close right at the peak. I think I saw this hit 205, but you can see I submitted this right at the open. I didn't have to wait. The market did drop down uh, a lot more. I think this contract went up to $200 or $300, but I submitted mine. My close price was 179. So let's do the math for the people. 16, if I'm doing this right. Nope. There's the return on that trade. I paid $16 for the contract. I closed it at 179. I did see it get up, like I said, 188 to at the open 188, 205 at the high. This was a 30% return. Can you do this all the time? Yes. Will you likely do it all the time? Probably not. But the reasoning behind it, there was so much volatility in this move. But there are multiple times when we can get this type of move where we're having 10-point drops or 10-point um, climbs in the market. You can see here, this is where I closed. Market continued to fall. Was I able to catch some more of that? Yes, I was. And so again, being able to read the chart, and I know most of y'all looking at this like, all that spaghetti on her chart. These are my levels. They work just fine for me. They don't have to really be for you. But if you look at this without all of that, you can still see. Let me cut the indicators on. And just hide my drawings. You can see that big gap right here, gap up overnight. And I said, hey, with all this pulling back, we'll probably see a little pop up. Got calls. And you can see here. Now, I was just on a call with the client, and they were saying we were going over making them a trader. So we were saying, hey, what do we get right here? Gonna get some calls. What do we get right here? We get some puts. So what do we get right here? And they said, I'm gonna mind my business right there. And I really like that. So when the market is consolidating, really want you guys to mind your business. Don't get out here and trade. Um, don't mind the detractors. They stay falling for rug pulls from their own kind. They have much bigger problem. Oh, for sure. But I just like to prove people wrong. And I really humbled that kind uh mayonnaise individual on Facebook because he really wanted to prove something because he thought again a lot of times I put the trade in. I'll watch how it's going before I submit it because I call signals inside of a Discord. So your goal is to be right 100% of the time, at least 90%. So because you're calling trades to other people. So I will put a trade on my watch list before I actually take the trade. So I can't remember if I posted my actual trade or if it was from the watch list. And it was like, hey, here's your phony trade. And I'm like, I showed him the submit and close order. And he never wrote back. And I was going to call him out. But hey, it's so much fun to just be silent and move in silence and just let your actions and what you actually do and what you have done speak for themselves. So I just let the trade confirmation speak for itself. Market was consolidating. This was very fun because me and Court were inside of our chat, going back and forth watching this trade, and we both just kept saying the market's very bullish. We're not closing down. We both called call contracts. I called a 681 call for the zero DTE and for a 685 call for the next day. This is when Trump came on and said, haha, I'm okay. I was just bluffing about the tariffs. We're going to hold those off until March. And the market took off. So I exited my trade about here and that thing just kept running. And when we got about here, I told everybody, hey, don't chase because this thing is going to start to cool off. And I caught another put right here. So when you learn price action, because you don't need the indicators, I can look at my chart and read this quite nicely. Understanding price action is your best friend. It's the best quality that you can do. I can show you guys all the indicators. You can see there's 12 on here. I hardly ever use these. Most of these are for teaching purposes. I flip them on and off. My best one is the mobile algo indicator. I think we have like 30 or 40% off of that one. It gives you a print. You get a print on the chart to tell you, hey, go long or go short. And that can help some people who struggle with entry and exit. But most of the time, I keep these off because I like to be able to really feel the market. That's why I don't trade a lot of stuff. You don't get a certain discernment and feelment for stocks if you have too many. Just like your family or relationships, I don't think you have the same discernment or connection with 100 people that you would with 10 because it's more intimate. So I'm very much so intimate with the stocks that I trade, so I can know how they move. I know their systems. I know how they stair step. It's super important. Thank you so much for checking in, L. Victors, for coming in. With most pertinent news being dropped on Friday, is it a baseline expected that theta decay will erode the contract values late in the week? What precautions would we take trading Fridays? Two ways with this, America. I like to trade Friday contracts in the morning because that theta is going to start to decay, but you get such a vast move. And I'll tell you one that I really like. So let's actually use the one that I like. For example, Tesla. Tesla trades at over $400 a share. So those contract prices are going to be fairly expensive. So most people don't trade it. But if I come in and I trade it on the Friday, contracts are going to be super affordable, and I can go out of the money a little bit or using my ATR to help me out and pick the contract. But I like for you to take your trade first part of the day. Now this one was a little trash. I mean, it was a little choppy, then popped up, pull back. So this was just choppy until this kind of sell here. I like to look at it more or less Fridays and get that first initial move. It can on Tesla be one candle, just depending on the volume. So keep that in mind when looking at it. But my rule of thumb, Fridays, I get that morning move in that contract, and then I'm out. I'll look for the next day. But you want to roll in and out of them before lunch because it is going to erode. Trading companies that are a little bit more affordable that get you more time is better. Um, Also, setting a reasonable stop loss. You don't want to be in these contracts all day. Day trading is not about, doesn't mean you have to be in the trade all day. And then people think that's the misconception, or have that as a misconception. I day trade, so this is what I do all day. I trade maybe 4 or 5 times a day. I set my goal and then I stop trading. Do I have to make thousands of dollars a day? No. Do I have to sit in front of the chart all day? No. Do I? No. I set alerts. Those are going to be super important. If you don't know how to work your alerts inside a trading view or whatever trading platform you're using, that's going to be a huge drawback to you being profitable and take a bunch of time. I didn't trade my 9 to 5 to come trade a 8 to 3:30. I do a lot of other stuff. I'm able to exercise. I mean, I was trade. I didn't even trade a lot on dispatch riding. I took my trade. I was up $70 and I was like, hey, I want to make 200. The market really wasn't giving me what I needed because we were consolidating and I was waiting on a drop. We got that drop. And I think that's what got me up. I think I was down a little bit, but I scaled in, was able to be profitable. But I cleaned my pantry. I'm not sitting up here watching the chart all day. That's just not what we do. I set an alert and then I come back to it and I go on about my business. So again, $16 to 170 something dollars. Beautiful trade. There are multiple trades out here, and a lot of those trades were signaled inside of our Discord throughout the week. But it's about understanding the stocks that you trade, how they move, knowing when to get in, when to get out, setting reasonable stop losses, and respecting them. So this was just important. And again, let me see. Let me go back to SPY so I can show you guys the other trades that we ran here Friday. See here, I was waiting on this little drop right here. I was like, this thing's consolidating. It's not pushing up. I know it's going to fall, drop there, and then it gave it a bounce back up. But this is still within. What's that? I get a support. Here's support down here. We got a higher support, close above. Then you could have taken a call. Still very stagnant. But again, if I'm seeing consolidation, I know to stay out of the way. And we look for that trend. Also, I think I called another swing, and that one opened down and then recovered. So that was 680. I can't remember. Let me go to Discord so I can find the other swing. I feel like it was 691. Was it this one? Yeah. So here after that recovery, this is I called another swing, and I usually do not swing SPY in most of the ETFs because of the theta overnight. You get a better position if you just trade it the next day. So when we open, I think we're down about 30%, and I just said, hey, we opened right above. It popped up to our level and got down in pre-market. So I was like, I'm looking for a retracement there. So if we put this in extended hours, so that was Monday 21st. Get back over here. Right there. So we had 680, 90 or something before that. Me making sure I'm on my right day for when I called that play. Yeah. So I called it here between the 22nd and the 23rd. And I said pre-market, we got to 690.90. I look for a retracement there. But in the first couple of minutes from 9 a.m., we dropped low, retraced back there, was able to exit. And I did scale into another contract because I knew we were recovering. So again, I was just like, hey, if they're gonna buy it in pre-market, they'll buy it during regular hours. And I was able to capitalize off on that trade. But again, I usually don't swing my ETFs because you just come out better just trading it on the next day. A lot of folks will be work from home because of the storms on Monday. It would be awesome if you did a live on Monday while the market is open. For sure. Monday, I actually have a private call on Monday. So it might be later in the afternoon, probably after lunch or power hour. I do know a lot of people will be on. If they have power, I have an 8 o'clock and a 10 o'clock one-on-ones because I teach people one-on-one. I like doing this live, but some people just don't get it. They do need their hand held. And they just want that exclusivity to talk about whatever charts they are, whatever tickers they're on. So I have those scheduled out. I think I have one. I got one Monday and Wednesday, so I know Tuesday I could probably come on and go live. So thank you. If you guys appreciate this, continue to drop, like, subscribe to the channel, support the channel. So I'd appreciate that. That helps me know to come on more. And I've missed you guys, so I certainly do apologize that I've been MIA. Makes sense. Thank you. Good. Hope I ramble sometimes when I get excited about the topics. Like I'm literally just sitting here in my office, spinning in the chair because I just was like, I got to get this information to you guys if y'all want it. And I made the post and y'all said, yeah, please break down this trade. And so I wanted to do that for you guys. So again, if we're not going to get big moves overnight, if you don't see that SPY or QQQ can move about 5 to 10 points overnight with news, just don't swing it. Just trade it the next day or go back to when we had less liquidity and trade Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So keep that in mind. A lot of you guys may be new here and may not know me, but I learned how to trade from Diamond Dave, the retail trader. He's on YouTube as well. And if you haven't, he has a VIP course. I actually took this course live. I mean, he taught me live, same information, but it's so much different than when you learn from somebody one-on-one. That VIP course is going away. So it would behoove you. Let's see if I can pull it up. Highestpaid.online. If you ever wanted to learn or wanted to learn the bigger brain than me, this is who I learned from. He teaches. This is where my foundation came from. I picked up my day trading and SPY love from another student of his. But come here, and I believe here's the VIP course. $497. Why most of y'all be like, why would she recommend this online course if she teaches people one-on-one? Because this lays a very strong base foundation because I haven't rolled out my own course and this one is going away. But for those who can't meet one-on-one, busy schedule, maybe overseas, this is another opportunity. Also, my courses have gone up. So if you need something that's affordable, why not learn from the source, learn from the GOAT? I recommend him all the way through. I'm going to actually go back through the course. I actually have it pulled up. I'm going to go back through the course like 2 more times before it goes away, just because I just like it. You just always forget little tidbits as you kind of build your own personality inside of trading. But it's $497. I believe you can do payments. Let me just double check. Actually, this is who I learned. Like Mecca didn't teach, but Mecca did SPY, and I followed her SPY all the time. So let me just show you guys. Yes, you can use Klarna and with Afterpay. So that's what I wanted you guys to be able to see. Let me move. Let me go back one. So here you can use Klarna, Afterpay, make it $43 a month. Several plans here that you're able to break this up. So again, if you want to learn and automation through videos might be best, this is for you. If this isn't for you and you know you're a person that wants to learn one-on-one, I would say make sure you take advantage of my sale. I do have a sale going on since we're all snowed in. Well, some people will be snowed in, but I have a 2-for-1. So my one-on-ones are $100. I have 2-for-1 going on right now, max of 10 per person because y'all are not going to wear the heck out of me. Like if I get 10 of y'all doing 10 one-on-ones, that's 100 one-on-ones. Yeah, probably don't want to do that all year. But max 10 per person, 10 spots, then they're gone. And just to give you the value behind it of what that does, My group mentorship is 8 weeks. That is 8 sessions. It is $600. It's going to 7. The one-on-one mentorship is $2,000 and it's 8 weeks. That can be anywhere from 8 one-on-ones to about 16 to 24. I have clients who come to me. We may meet on Monday, live trade. We may do chart time Tuesday and Wednesday, Friday follow up, or Saturday. So your 8 week mentorship is not just one-on-ones, just one a week. It depends on your schedule, how you learn, what you need to account for. Outside of that, what do you say? I can't trade, but I do need to build my portfolio and need somebody to help me kind of build that. I have a program where you can bring me on for retainer. I only take 5 people on retainer, and it's $1,000 to $2,000 depending on how much capital we're managing. My client right now, did I post? I think I just posted it on Facebook. So again, I like to show you guys in real time and what that kind of goes to. So a lot of people say, why would I pay you $1,000 and $2,000 retainer to help me trade a fund? This client has over 10K in capital. I'm not gonna say how much they got, but they got quite a bit of capital. They travel a lot, and they have a goal to hit $1 million. My goal is to help them. So this is from December. I said if this video or this Facebook post, and we're up to 5, I said 50. If I get 50 likes, shares, and stuff like that, I'll tell you which contracts he's in, because these are already up. So if you pay me $1,000 or $2,000, these contracts don't expire until June and September, and you're already up 1,700 in one. You're already up 3,800 in another. I think that's a pretty good deal, and we're already. I think we got a couple more sessions to go, but let's just do the math. If we take that, and that was just at the time of this. This was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. These contracts are up even more. So even at max, and this is not what he paid. He's a grandfathered in client, so he has a special. But if your account is up $5,000, and you subtract 2K from that, you pay my retainer for 2-3 months. He's already covered. So his next, I think he's covered for 6 months at a lower rate. He's already made back his retainer fee. And so we meet, we talk for an hour or two strategically about the fundamentals and technicals about particular companies. We get into long positions and we hold and we take profit when due. And he is on the road to being a millionaire, and I am excited. We're building up about 4 accounts. Wife, mother, retirement, millionaire. So again, the proof is in the pudding. I am very good at what I do. I'm even better at teaching you to do it yourself. And that's what I would prefer. I want you to fish. I don't want to have to, do this. But again, this person, they're doing very advanced work that they do in their own business and in the technology. I just come in and literally what the post says, I turn the matrix into money. What you see in the stock market with all the tickers streaming and going across the board, I allow you to be able to capitalize off those things with not having to take time out of your schedule, just paying a little bit of capital. And you got to pay to play. If you want to cut down your learning curve or cut down on making more money faster than losing it, it's good to reach out. It's worth 10 to 15 value at that discussed price point from the modules alone. Again, that price point, I think that's the cheapest it's ever been. It's the cheapest it's ever going to be, and it's going away. So again, I promote it. Tell them I sent you. You can't put any code in there, but again, $500. Again, my cheapest program, my one-on-one is at 100, but my group program is at 6. So you're still coming out better with that automated course. But if you want to work with me, again, I would say take advantage. I do offer Klarna Afterpay if you're going to purchase more than 5 and if you spend $500 or more, you get the whole 10 for $1,000. I will let you finance it. But other than that, it will just be through Zelle or Cash App if you're just grabbing 1 or 2 of the one-on-ones. Like, share, subscribe. And again, I tell you guys. But again, didn't want to make it too long here. I wanted to break down that trade. I wanted to let you guys know about the offers. Still want you guys to keep me accountable of showing up. over here, and I got a little lax last week. I got super busy, had to travel with family, and I was gonna try to hop on while there, but I try to keep it. Uh, when I'm with family, I just try to leave this out. Actually, I met with this client. The only reason I'm sharing this because I met with this client. I was like, hey, I need to reschedule. I hopped on the road, and they were very flexible. Uh, Portfolio looking great, but I bring it up because I was like, man, I wish I had a purchase like twice as much of this back in December. We knew exactly what to do on these swings. We just should have went a little bit heavier in the space that it's in. But if you guys got tickers you want me to go over, definitely drop them in the chat. If anybody wants to come up, testimonial, ask questions, I'll drop that link in the chat if anybody wants to come up. Just wanted to do that spiel. I may come back on tomorrow because again, a lot of people are going to be snowed in. A lot of people are going to be able to take advantage of the market. Um, Also, a lot of people ask, like, do I need to know something or can I be a true beginner? Like, this is something totally new for me. And you truly can. I teach the youngest students I've taught was 13. If you want your kids to learn with me, you'd have to do a custodial account with them for them to be able to trade. Most of the time, I just like for you, like, wait till they're 18 so you know they want to learn. They'll show up and not waste your money. Outside of that, anybody can learn. My oldest client has been 65, and I think the next yeah, I think we're at 65. So it's never too late. Um, yeah, it's never too early to start. I just don't work with a lot of younger kids. I don't know if I can hold them over YouTube that long. There's not a link. So there's not a link for the post. Let me get that banner up. This will be through. There we go. It will be through Zelle or Cash App. Once you send your payment on it, shoot me a DM or email. That's my email address, and you can get scheduled. I'll send you that scheduling link. But this one, unless you're purchasing more, shoot me an email, and then I can get you the link if you want to get it financed. But again, I'm only doing finances if you're purchasing more than five. So that's a 500 and above. So 500 to 1,000 because I'm capping at 1,000. And unless you're buying it for your family and we speak about it, yeah, we're gonna cap that at 10 and 10 people. And I think it's definitely worth a good try. Again, if you learn better one on one, you know you need your handheld. If you have specific questions, like this client, we work one on one. It's very specific and strategic. It's the most intense hour and a half of going over tickers and giving out a game plan. We'll probably cross 50,000 this year with these accounts. We have a plan, and we're sticking with it. Very strict and tight stop loss here with these particular companies. So it's fun. I love trading. I just mentioned that to a new client. We hadn't spoken a year. They purchased one-on-ones last year, and life got to life, and they came back, and I told them, sure, you can come back. Like these one-on-ones never expired. Didn't make them pay any fee to restart up because they didn't lose anything. They didn't execute or they did not redeem those one-on-ones. So it's not like I'm gonna just say, oh, we're in a new year, you need to start up, you need to pay again. Because it's really not about the money. I had no time loss. I lost nothing to let this client come back. But what I did gain was a very confident person who's still going to work with me, who's going to spread my name word of mouth one-on-one because they know I care about them. And I care about all of my clients. It's one me, and it's just over probably 300 or 400 clients that I have now. And that's a lot. I have to remember names. I have to remember personalities. I have to remember what your family does because some people got soccer, some people got kids with ADHD. I had a client, mom, um, had Alzheimer's. I just have to remember I got clients that work overnight and they work like 4 days straight on and then two off. So knowing these about my clients, so when they don't show up, I don't take it personal. I know they probably got hemmed up at work. I know they're probably traveling, different things like that. Make it personalized for me to be able to help them the most. There are no guarantees in here, but the thing that I pride myself on is I don't have my group sessions. I am letting people stay in there and they can roll it over, but I don't have to bribe y'all with saying, "Oh, you get lifetime access to my group mentorship." Just to get you to sign up. The lifetime access just give you access to keep yourself up. Some people just need to be a part of a community and show up and keep iron sharpening iron. And don't get caught up in that and people telling you got lifetime access to those things, because that's just a driver to get you in and a high ticket offer, and they're going to bank on you never taking advantage of that. When I do my one-on-one courses, I'm going to be checking up and kicking out. Like, if you're not going to take advantage of the program and the access, I'm going to kick you out, because having access to me live, wonderful. I know you're going to show up. The group, some people take, if they may show up and things happen. I'm not talking about like that, but we'll just buy something just to say, oh, I took that class. It was good, or I didn't complete it. And we just let it sit in our inbox and never complete it. I'm going to hold you guys accountable. You sign up for my courses, especially once I go to AI. I'm not sure if y'all have seen it. I'm in the works. Like I said it before, but you guys will soon be learning from the AI me, not even me. Where am I? Where's my twin? Where's Chaz? Chaiz, my AI twin. Don't worry about the Victoria's Secret person. Where is she? There she is. That's not me. That's not a picture I took. That's Chaz AI. Where's the video? That's me. That's my shirt. That's definitely not me doing the video. So I definitely say in the next 6 months, if you want to work with me, this is going to be the lowest price points. You will have access to me live. In the next 6 months, this is who you will learn from. You would learn from Chaz. And when I say Chaz, this is what I mean. Chaiz. You'll learn from Chaz. The AI me, not me. So I just want to give everybody a heads up, because I know a lot of people want to work with me. I know a lot of people are just like, I'll do it next week, or I'll do it in the summer, or I'll do it after spring break. And you may come around and be like, no, I'm kind of done teaching. I'm only doing retainer. I'm not. I'm not teaching one-on-one. Excuse my wife. My headphones are in, but I have to go cut that key off. But yeah. So if you think you want to work with me, I say just get that credit card out, or get that Affirm or that Afterpay or Klarna or Cash App, buy now, pay later, and definitely tap in, because in the next 6 months, this will be who will be teaching you. Chaz, not me. Chaz, me will be somewhere on a beach or in my pool. Um, so definitely do that. I mean, again, I provide a lot of quality when it comes to my one-on-ones. I provide even more in group, and I really want more people to learn. And I thought about having some proteges um, come up so they could take over the business and learn, but I don't know if I have the capacity to want to teach and do that when I can just train Chaz to do it. And so that's what we'll see. Chaz will be the new one. I can make Chaz. I can make, the AI me. I can make a younger version of me, the older version of me. So that's what we'll see. But y'all drop those tickers. If anybody wants me to go over the stuff, what am I planning for this week? Let's take a look at this week. And go over that. Sorry, I went on a tangent about the promo stuff, but I just don't want you guys to miss out. And I'm no longer teaching, but it doesn't take away from the love that I want for teaching, but it's just to continue to listening to Diamond Dave again. I showed y'all him. I went from thinking I needed $1 million to be happy to knowing my exact number and knowing what I don't want to do for the rest of my life, which is just be tied down to, hours per day for other people. And so the goal is just to enjoy life. I don't know how long I have here. So I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy all the things. I want to experience all the things of the world. But I also know that I have a brain and it has a lot of knowledge inside that I should share with other people. I just don't have to share it in different particular ways. But I do come here to share with you guys. This is still free. I don't have any YouTube what do they call them, like subscription things or something like that. We'll see if we get there. But we're growing, and we're learning, and that's the most important part. This week, as far as news, we're going to have federal funds rate on Wednesday. If you don't know what that is, when you come to Forex Factory, hit on the folder. So we're going to interest rate at which depository institutions lead balances led at the Federal Reserve to the depository institution overnight. So they're telling us what it's going to do. The goal is to, I think did Powell say two? Dang, I can't even remember. Um, No, this is not that rate. Sorry, I'm thinking about something else. But the lower, the better. We'll watch these go down. We got the FOMC statement. Um, More hawkish than expected is good for currency. Again, following the VIX, following the dollar, especially following gold and silver. Silver has just taken off since Christmas. Anybody who got into silver before Christmas, they're sitting pretty on those returns. And then PPI, most people don't know what PPI is. So again, expand that folder. Change in the price of finished goods and services sold by producers, excluding food and energy. I think it's kind of fake that we don't that we exclude food and energy, but hey, who am I to judge? So anytime you want to know what's going on and how you can avoid getting caught up, and I just saw my nephew this past week, and unfortunately he blew one of his accounts because he wasn't aware of news. So every week before you trade, make sure you know what folders are coming out. Also, I just skipped over. We're supposed to have Trump speaking on Tuesday, tentatively, and then I believe Thursday we're going to have some unemployment claims. So make sure you check out Forex Factory or your news entity so that you know what news we have coming out that can affect your trades. I just bought the VIP. Awesome. KY, let me know. Okay. Again, since you KY, since you did that, I'm gonna give you two more free one-on-ones after this because you may have questions inside of here and I don't want you to get discouraged. So again, just for taking action today and purchasing that course, I'm giving you two free one-on-ones. Just shoot me an email and just say, hey Chaz, you said I get two free. And so I just appreciate people who show up and take action early. Love this. Did I miss the group trading? Did I miss the group live trading day? We, I don't, TJ, I'm not sure which one you mean. I didn't go live this week. I will be going live this upcoming week. So stay tuned. New, glad to be here. What do you do in your free time? Oh, girl. Or sir, or I don't know. Pine Cedar. In my free time, I like to watch Yellowstone, and Yellowstone is going off, so I'll be watching Landman. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I watch cooking shows. I'm really big on health, so I cook, I exercise. I have about a third of an acre of land, so I'm kind of tilling my land, making sure it's clean, clearing off wood. I have a tractor tire out there that I flip. I spend time with my family. This past weekend, I just out the blue decided I was going to go see my family because I didn't go back to Memphis for Christmas. So I went back there, spent some time. I got to see my niece, took her to Five Below. I do that as like my rich auntie duty, and I just let them go. I have five nieces and nephews, and I only one was around the day I was there. So she had passed her birthday, so I just took her to the Five Below and grabbed something. So she got like some remote control car. I go see my grandmother. I have one living grandparent, so every time I go to the city, I make sure I see her. When I used to go back home, probably like younger, 10 years ago, it was like all about seeing my friends, going out. But now family is just super important to me. So I just make sure I have time with my mom, my dad, my grandparents, see my nieces and nephews, my aunt. So family is just important. So if I'm not tilling the yard, I'm taking my wife somewhere, doing something with my daughter. We might be cooking, making recipes and stuff. But I'm a very simple person. I got these meta glasses. I've been filming content. So I'm not, I don't have that exciting Lambo lifestyle. I'm planning for like a Thailand trip. So I do what regular people probably do. I go to the grocery store, film content, and hang out, enjoy being life, healthy. Brandon, thank you for checking in. That replay is going to come out. We got Moderna, Chipotle, and AMD. So let's get to them finally. Final form Clay. Let's get to them. Let's do Moderna first. If you got any sentiment behind it, let me know. But let's see. Ooh. Got some support here. Let me cut some levels on. Again, I've never traded Moderna, but if I want a quick way to see my support and resistance, I can just cut that on. I don't have to come in and label the whole chart. Why isn't it working? Let me refresh this for a second and we'll come back into it. It didn't make my support and resistance on my chart. All right, we got Moderna. Let's put my support and resistance on. Nope. Okay. There it is. So we got some support here at 46.77. It didn't break all the way down there. Higher support right here. So if I was bearish on Moderna, I wouldn't take puts until it broke and closed below 47.50. We got a higher resistance here at 48.93. We got this put area that we may want to go back and retrace up to 51. So I easily know what ranges and spots I have. So I take that and then I'll come back to Yahoo Finance and then come look at the chain, see if I get a read on where big money is sitting. So we got a lower level. What's my lower level? 47, and then above 49 to 51. So if I'm looking at the call side, 49.51, I don't like 49.50. Yeah, I don't like that one. So 49 right in the money. If I'm going put side, 47.58, but we got a little bit of activity sitting here closer on the 45. Within the range, ATR is $2.91, so let's say $3. So we need to look at about $1.50 to the upside, $1.50 to the downside from where this open. But we're sitting in this kind of channel, so I really wouldn't take a trade until we broke there. So I'd be more comfortable once we get that 5-minute candle to retrace to go here, or we break below this 47 for downside. Really, like I said, break below that 46 to see if that's going to trade down. But it's in this. This was a range from Thursday from that break. But again, I like to see a path. So we had a path, consolidation path. We could see this is one path, or we could go, this is breaking down, path, continuation down. So we got two different paths where that could possibly go just based on Friday. If we come back in and we look at come up a little bit higher, yeah, this is, again, we could see a bounce here, but also it could have a leg down to that 43. Y'all see that little light head and shoulders. It's thundering in my area, guys. So if my internet goes out, just know I might try to chat back in here. What's wrong with Moderna? I don't know. I haven't checked the news on Moderna. So if I want to know news, again, I don't follow Moderna. So let's go to the news and see what's it doing. Moderna stock surged 16% following promising 5-year data and its personal RNA melanoma therapy. But Moderna, are people a thing with healthcare? Are people falling into the trap of the Ozempic and being skinny, or are people moving more back to the more natural and letting the earth heal? I am seeing a big movement in the natural and herbalist realm where people are using more homeopathic. So again, coming from pharmacy and switching over, I have never been an advocate for medication, but I knew it would pay my bills. And so that's one of those doubling the sword. I'm never being a compliant when it came to medication, even now. So you'll see what are there. You might want to take a deep dive or also listen to earnings to see what products. Most of the time, medicine is not going to be big unless again something catastrophic, or they need vaccines, or there's something, they're not going to quote unquote cure cancer or diabetes, because that's $1 million industry. So you just want to see what they're working on and how are they getting investors to come back in there. Hold on, guys. Y'all gonna make me get a pen because I wasn't taking notes. I'm missing the tickers. So I got Moderna. Because I don't want the chat to get away from me. I don't have a mod right now. Hey, anybody here wants to be a mod? Shoot me an email. I need about 2 mods. My wife's going to be one, and she'll probably need some help. Looks like right now she's not able to be on. But if you want to be a mod, I need probably like 3. Please reach out to me. So we got Moderna. My pen's not working. Let me grab another one. All right. We got Moderna. We got Chipotle. We got AMD. With AMD, I'm gonna look at Intel because it's more affordable too. And we got LWM. Keep dropping them. Thank you, KY. I'm late, but I'm here. Thank you so much, Miss Gabrielle. Thank you so much. I'll be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad, Gabrielle. I appreciate you showing up. Like, share. And I'll leave this up. The replay will be on, so you didn't miss nothing. I mean, I'm in 45 minutes, but we're probably gonna be here a little bit longer because y'all are dropping tickers. So I'm in here to have some fun. So now we got CMG. We got Chipotle. I must say, since that split, trash. I like Kava better. But let's take a look at the chart. CMG is taking a big took a hit because they pissed off the fitness community. They were the big go to. Oh, but that looks sweet. Look at that. Look at that range. We're back out of this gap, coming back up. Let me cut those indicators back on so I can see. HER is $1 though, so we're only trading this between 40 and 41, maybe 42. Trash. They need a revamp. They need marketing. They need to do some free giveaways to get people in the door. They need sentiment. And I don't think I've seen any Chipotle commercials lately. So they need to. What if I was the head of Chipotle, I'd be on um, that young lady that's on TikTok that just made a song for Pepsi. I'd be in her inbox, and I'd be in Keith Lee inbox. I'd be in all these influence inboxes saying, "Go get you a Chipotle. Go show them your favorite Chipotle there." I'd revamp my chain because they have a high turnover of people working there because I mean it's just not they just train and you're not doing much. But they need to revamp. They need to do quality control. I don't know if y'all guys heard there, but Storm has decided to descend on Houston, Texas, right here. So y'all might hear thunder come through um, my Bluetooth. But again, calls. I don't like the chain too much here. It's super cheap though. I probably go a little bit longer. Go out a month. A little more activity for the 45. But look, when you go out a month, look at all this. Look at all this OI on these puts. That's a lot of OI. When's the next earnings? February. For them to have those puts like that for March, yeah, they probably got something coming down the pipeline. Let me see it again. That's gonna be February 3rd. So if we look at that week of earnings on the chain, so the week of the 6th, calls are not robust. You got this random activity down here at 32. Somebody thinks something. And then more puts on out to March. Yeah, I'm more bearish on CMG. What y'all think? What is OI? OI is open interest. I'll take Thunder over this Dallas Ice Storm. Oh, for sure. Y'all can keep it. Y'all can keep it. I mean, I lived in DC for several years. I'm not. I love Texas because we stay fairly warm. I'm not with the cold anymore. Um give me the warm weather and poolside margaritas. That's true. That carne asada with the chimichurri be hitting. Yeah, they just need to they need to revamp what you're doing. No Kava commercials either in their sister company. If I remember, I didn't know if Kava is super sister. I thought they were competitive. Um, Kava and CMG sister companies. They are not sister companies. They do not share a parent company. So yeah, I didn't think so. They're definitely a different breed. So definitely check out Kava too. If you want to look at Kava, again, Chipotle's been around the longest. They're at $50 a share. Kava's at 62, 66. They're still down, and they're at 66. So instead of CMG, which is the most popular, you come and look at Kava. Um, Somebody had Rivian. I love Rivian. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I could buy me a truck, I love that little Rivian truck smile. Like if let me actually show you guys. I spot a Rivian in the rear view every time because of the smile on the car. Like, look at that. That thing's the cutest little thing I did ever see. There. You see his little face? So I always spot this car because they have very distinctive headlights. And I like the vehicle. The price point on it, not so much. Um, Not so much. Um, I 30,000. I mean, I have a Toyota Corolla. So if I get the 2026 Corolla, now let's just look at it because this is like we're looking at used Rivian right now. Um, Let me go back. Used Rivians at 68 to 56 when I can go brand new Toyota. You can step it up and get a Camry. You ain't even gotta get the Corolla. I can go used here. I could probably get brand new at 30K. Like I'm getting 52 in the city, 50 in the mountain. Give me a Toyota any day. But Rivian is nice. Yeah, take a look at Kava. Kava's more on the West Coast and down south. So here in Texas, we have them. Quality of food is really good. I really like it. Let's go over to we have AMD next. Keep dropping those tickers before. Let's see, where's my phone on? I probably should charge my phone while this is thundering. Let me get my phone charged. All right. AMD has a $10 ATR, so you'd be looking at a bit of a $5 move there. They're hitting all time high, so you could see probably a double top, another pullback, or this is going to extend again. So I'd be looking at AMD from 260 to 270. When if it gets another boost there. So let's go look at the contracts. And like I said, AMD is going to be a little bit pricey for some people's budget. That's why I'm giving you a range there. 260 to 270. So for some people and newbies, this is going to be out of your price range. Again, we're not trading more than 50% of our capital. So you need about, at least $600 or seven to be trading this, even if you go out the money a little bit. Because very bullish here. We may see some pullback. Probably not too much for positioning, but that double top area from that high is that an all-time high right now? I know I'm probably moving fast, guys, but this is how my brain works. I'm literally talking to y'all how my brain moves, and I would look at this. But yeah, we're about $10 shy of the all time high, so 678.08, and that's why I said that 670 high. We get back up there, double top, probably pull back to there. Okay, I'm in the Midwest. Okay, in a competitive sense, I always see them next to each other. I read that fast casual being impacted through the CPI, prices approaching premium dining. People would rather get higher end food for sure. Quality over quantity right now is not like I can get the most food. And I'm even in my lifestyle, me and my wife we used to eat at buffets, and now it's like we just rather get a quality meal, one price, than going to a buffet, kind of skimming over things that may be good or may not be. And just with COVID, like a lot of people just stopped going. To buffet settings or just getting a massive amount. Also, health wise, it's just not good to just sit and get one hearty meal at one time. So we're definitely seeing people change, the quality of food changing. I don't eat a lot of sweets, but I used to eat Snickers and Reese's, and I've noticed the chocolate tastes different. Again, sugar. If we go look at commodities, the sugar price and imports and those tariffs are going to impact companies being able to bring in quality products. So they taste different. They've cut the corners and then they've raised the prices. So I usually eat the miniatures, and I never really thought about that. So most of the time, it may cost more to buy. You might do better buying a king size when really our natural serving size should be a miniature. So I just get me a little miniature or a small or a little snack size. That's enough for your dietary consumption. So we got AMD. Let's get over to Intel. I just wanted to throw in Intel because if you, for those at affordability and price, I knew AMD was going to be pretty pricey, but you can see the price difference in Intel. Intel's at $45, so you're going to be able to get a little bit more bang for your buck trading Intel versus AMD and being in similar sector. So $3 ATR here, $45 for Intel. We're at almost 260 for AMD. So if we go to Intel and get in the money calls or puts, yeah, look at that in the money right there, 46 right on the top. They're down, they're beat down right now, but 112 in the money. Or if we go to the put side, we're at 143. These are up tremendously, and still a lot of activity here. Even though AMD is the big one, Intel can also line your pockets as well. So we got AMD, Intel, LNM. LNM. Let me make sure I pulled that up right. Brandon, is that right? Oh, LWM. I typed it in. Okay, LWM. Before I click off of this, I knew this wasn't Brandon's company because of the price, and Brandon has rules. This is on the OTC market. Everybody knows my rule. I don't care how much money you make in penny stocks. I don't do penny stocks. They're just not for me. I know people who make plenty of money on them, but I'm not going to be recommending. I'm not going over no penny stock, and stay away from them. Unless you got somebody who trades them and they know it well. But yeah, I'm not doing no penny stocks. This is LWM. SX. Is that what you meant, Brandon? I'm gonna come back to this one because I don't know if. Oh, IWM. Sorry, my bad. It's IWM when I thought about it. When I read it again, IWM. IWM is gonna be same expire. We're getting up in these all-time highs, so news is gonna be very much so affecting it. So make sure you're following that forex factor. I look at my chart and be like, why you got all this stuff on your chart? These are my levels. This is how I trade. I like to trade them. My levels work perfect. Here are the levels from the support and resistance. Here are mine without that. I'm very good at marking my levels. It ain't for you to be able to trade it. This is a daily chart. This is my 5 minute when I fix it. So my chart is still fairly clean. The levels just get collapsed in when I'm on the higher time frame. But I don't care. It's my chart. I trade it. So we got IWM, we got Rivian. If y'all got any more, go ahead and drop them. I don't trade Rivian. I don't know if Rivian even fits the criterion to be traded. Oh, they just barely make it. Oh yeah, Rivian. Let's go up on a daily first. Y'all can see I'm starting at the higher time frame to get a position. I can also look at the lower too, but we could have a pop here. But the drawback is preserving capital and people not wanting to be controlled. We're going to see a lot of information, and you're going to see a lot of things that come out with the electric cars that lead into subscription services. And I try to lean away from that. Other than my Discord, nothing's on subscription. I'm not having you subscribe to me to meet with me each month. You make one-time purchase and you go on, because that's what I would prefer. I think it is a better business model ethically. Morally, I would go with a subscription and have everybody sign up for subscription to do everything. But honest wise, I just think you should just pay one time and be done. There is a video. I'm not sure if it's on YouTube, but they were talking about how HP printers, if you start, you can't. They've kind of encoded the printers should not take knockoff or substitute ink. And then if you're not subscribed to their printing system, they have Firewire installed that won't let your printer print unless you have that printing thing. So it's not like I just go out and buy my printer and I'm able to print. I got to be subscribed to their service, so I'm really not actually in ownership of the thing that I have. If I go buy a car, and you have satellite inside of that car, and I have an option to have satellite radio, okay, I got a subscription service to that. But if I buy a car with heated seats, and then you're going to make me have a subscription to the heated seats or to my radio or to features that I purchased in a car, that is ridiculous. But that is what we're coming to. How about BX? It might be outside the parameter, but I trade some in the real estate sector. Okay, let me look at it. BX and Oklo. BX, Oklo. Keep dropping them. I'm enjoying this. BX, Blackstone. I see somebody talk about Blackstone a week or two ago. I don't like how Blackstone chain look. So let's go there. But I do want a Blackstone. Anybody want to buy me a Blackstone? I don't know if my deck big enough. I already got two grills out there, but I think I want a Blackstone. So the thing that stands out, and if anybody's work with me, somebody drop in the chat why I don't like the chain for Blackstone. I'm just gonna scroll down. Some people have the rules. Why doesn't this fit my rules? And if you've been on this channel long enough, you probably know too. But why don't I like Blackstone? Also, the spreads are wide here, and the spreads are wide due to the rules. So, yeah, I don't, not really a fan of Blackstone. But if we look at the chart, I'm not going to deny it. You could see it's trying to trade its way back up to probably this where it first sold off. So we got, or where it was selling off, we got some 70 to 74, 76 to 83. All earnings have been good, but you can see here they had good earnings and they still fell after that. But that was pretty much down to this gap. This gap has been retraced. Remember, when you see gaps, all gaps must fill. But the question is when. This gap was created back in June and it didn't come back to fill it till November. So don't get caught up and miss out on looking at your higher time frame and kind of wondering and guessing, because this was an easy setup to see that this was selling down, retracement to this gap area. But it's looking bullish now. It's found some support. But it's both ways. I wouldn't just say I'm super bullish on it or bearish unless it breaks that area. You can see the fair value gap here of buyers. So they're buying back in here. So this is saying, hey, I like Blackstone at 147 to 150, but at 164, and I don't know if it's worth 164. K Watch got it. That OI and the OI and volume are less than 1,000. So that's why I just don't really like the chain. They force you to do business with them. You can't own the product or the service. Correct. And so I actually went on to Salesforce website to see what kind of jobs they got. I've worked with Salesforce before. I've dealt with their services, and I just wanted to see. I'm never going back into anybody's office. I like being remote, but for about 100,000, 250,000, I'd entertain the idea of working, but I don't want to work with people. I don't want management. Give me a project, let me work on my project, and leave me alone. Yes, you have to subscribe to everything. Yeah, they're gonna be like, you're gonna have to have a subscription to flush your toilet when you already pay for water from the city. So anything that you can avoid for subscription, um, like I don't pay for subscription for this. Um, I watch the ads. I'm okay with that. They're like commercials. I'm like, when did we get outside of marketing and advertisement? I'm okay with that. I don't have to pay more for that. So um we pay for a convenience and time saving, but it's not one for me. Um, Good real time case study. Yeah. So we got, what did I have? Oklo. I think I'm on Oklo next. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Oklo down into a gap, moving up about a $4 move. So up to 91 or down to 83. Why hasn't their earnings been updated? Oklo has received significant attention following a strategic agreement with Meta to develop a 1.2 gigawatt nuclear energy product in Ohio. The Barclays maintain a 146 price target in Bank of America upgrade. So we could start seeing this bullish. This was 46 minutes ago. We could see this bullish next week with this agreement. So definitely put Oklo on everybody's radar. I wouldn't take the short term. I want to go out for a month because that deal could go sour. So, oh, this is high as a giraffe. Even the $100 with all the open interest out here is $800. So if you want to trade this now, I would say consider this like a savings account move where you're getting into the trade and you plan to hold it for a little while to let it marinate because it's a little costly. BMW subscription to use the horsepower on a lease cars. Yeah, they're gonna piece out everything. That's why it's all about um the mindset. We've been brainwashed to own nothing, control everything. But that we should probably add on that except for land, except for your vehicles. You need to own your home. You need to own land. You need to own your vehicle so you can have these. They're saying there's also going to be stipulations on um I forget. I can't remember the law right now, but cars made after 2026 or something. So if you got you a good car, keep up the upkeep, get you a good mechanic, keep you a good gas power car. Again, I wouldn't probably go electric or full electric ever. Give me an old heavy duty truck. If you actually think about it, if you watch all the old or even the new like Apocalypse and um end of the world type movies, they're always in a pickup because pickups go over terrain well. They're not usually in a little SUV or something like that. So I say always get you an old school pickup, have that thing in the back, crank it up every now and again, have some good tires on it, and you're good to go. Crossing fingers that the deal works out. Are you already in trade, Gabrielle? But yeah, that's a good one. Keep dropping those tickets. I got about 20 more minutes with you guys. This has been fun. Y'all have been very engaging. So I really appreciate that. Seems like the storm has decided to go ahead and get out of here. It's gotten a little bit quieter outside. And I mean super quiet. I had cut my lamp on because it gotten dark. It's bright outside again. CVS. Post 2026, they all have kill switches. It started when they wanted to push millennials into gig work. That shared economy term. Yes. And I couldn't remember. I was like, they just said they're going to implement something. Now, I remember kill switch. I had a kill switch on my truck back in high school. Um, because I had a pickup. I mean, I had a Blazer with some little rims on it, and I had a kill switch on my car so people couldn't steal it. But I wouldn't want my car to be equipped with a kill switch for the manufacturer or anything. Like it's like they'll kill switch your car if you don't come get your oil changed from them or something. What if I'm on Walmart to change my oil, or they'll kill switch your car if you miss your payment or something like that. So all of those things can happen. Every sci-fi movie has a pickup truck, has an escape vehicle. Everyone like they've been telling us, they've been showing us how we can prep. It's always oxygen, mask, food, water. Um, if you're diabetic, there's like some. The last movie I just watched, it was insulin. The kid had needed some insulin. The other kid needed dang, let me find it. It's a they were in the altitude. Some beast was out there, and they had to go get some more oxygen. So, but they were riding in a pickup. So you always see them in a escape route in some old pickup every time. It's always a pickup truck. It's not SUV. They find an old pickup truck. Let's do CVS, and if nothing else, we may wrap this up. Now, we'll tell you guys, when it comes to CVS, again, I am pertinent to a lot of information when it comes to healthcare, and I'm really shocked to see CVS pick it back up. They started selling down. They have not fully recovered from 2022. Shares are over $100, but they have picked up. But they're meeting some problems here as far as pharmacy. They flooded the market with pharmacists during COVID, and everybody they just put a whole bunch of pharmacies in the market, and they decided that okay, it's now kind of obsolete. I believe we're going to be turning back into private healthcare, and it's going to look like what it looked like before. Back in the day, you went to the doctor and they gave you medication right there. It wasn't going to a third place. Like, I got to leave the doctor, go here, wait in line, and go get my medication over here. We're going to start to probably see doctors prescribing and issuing medication there. They're going to cut this out. CVS has taken over Target, and I've been privy to know that Target doesn't have pharmacists in the store. They have virtual pharmacists with a tablet. If you want to speak to someone to get information, you're going to pick up a phone, you're going to talk to them through a video, but they're not directly on staff. This is a way for them to overwork pharmacists, allow them to work remote, but it takes some of the liability off of them and puts it on the pharmacy. If a medication goes out that's wrong, they putting it on the doctor. You signed off on this. You have video footage, you were supposed to verify this, blah, blah, blah. Also, not having pharmacists there and having personnel, they're making changes here where they won't have a pharmacist on active duty. They'll have them virtually. And I said this before on the live. This is kind of like when cyberbullying came about. There were no laws in place for cyberbullying, so there was not a crime committed. So having pharmacists until somebody dies, um, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. I might get flagged. But until somebody, all um, leaves, um, there won't be a law enacted for there should be rules around having a staff pharmacist there at all time and not just virtual. So we'll see those things. But it seems to be on a good roll. We'd be looking at calls on CVS up to about 85. What was the ATR? Yeah, between two dollars, so about 85 and 90s. If we could look a little bit further out, if you want to give it a little bit more run, I'd go out to February and March. Oh, let me check. So CVS navigating regulatory in preparation for a major storm, blah, blah, blah. February, they're going to have earnings. So you want to look at those option contracts for February. If you're bullish, nobody's in here yet. Nobody's in there yet. Let's go out to March. A couple more people here on the March contracts. I still don't like them. For calls, little activity for bearishness. So we just got to keep looking the news to see how they're going to play out and see if they get any upgrades or downgrades. True, they plan on taxing per mile in places like Massachusetts. I wouldn't go to Massachusetts, New York, Washington. I move. You're not gonna tax me for how many miles? I should go out to my car. I got over 300,000 miles on my car. One, I travel a lot. Two, I let my son use my car because I work from home, and I had my transmission replaced, so it's probably like over that now. But you're not gonna tell me how many miles I can drive. That's like leasing a car. You can't tell me how many miles I'm gonna put on something that I purchased that I'm supposed to own. That's like telling you can only live in your house half of the year, but you're gonna pay your mortgage all year. I'm not doing it. So they would shut it off, and if they go past the miles restriction, buy Massachusetts, buy. I move. I sell a house. I sell it right now. I don't care if it don't. I'm up out of there. Gabrielle, book a one on one. I got you. Charts are not hard, but you do have to spend some time with them. When you start dating and you met your spouse or even your kids, you don't get to know them people until they keep changing. Charts are forever changing. You have to give yourself some chart time. Um, but you can get a one on one with me if you want to go a different route. I say start here. Oh, Erica Wiggins, I watched this as well, but let's do if you need help with your charting and you use TradingView, come to TradingView tutorials. I just gave this to homework to my students, this beginner video. And then if you just come in and go to tradingview.com, I mean, sorry, Trading View, their channel, they have charting videos on everything that they do. If you're going to pay for the subscriptions, you might as well um, watch the videos about it. If you don't already have Trading View, feel free to take my referral code. I would say don't buy it right now unless they're going to offer you a really good deal. I say purchase during Black Friday and what's upcoming 4th of July. They usually do a big sale then. But other than that, use the free version and then upgrade to the paid version. I think I see new people coming in. If you're new here, drop a one. If you're an OG and you've been here before, put OG in the chat. If you still got tickers you want me to go over, drop those as well. As y'all are dropping in, stay safe. If you got to, I did a video on people going out and buying water and forgetting that you do have water in your house until it goes out. So if you have those empty jugs that you haven't filled up, go ahead and fill them up in your kitchen sink. Leave that there. Also, you can, if you got two bathrooms with tubs like me, also never buy a house without a tub. When I was looking in the housing market, they were saying that most of the primary bedrooms were without tubs. They would just have one in the like communal for the whole house. But buy a tub. Make sure you have a house with a tub. Don't let somebody sell you a house without a tub. You never know. Bathing children, bathing the elderly, or just taking a bath to soak and clean. Have a tub. But if you have more than one, you can fill one of those tubs up with water, just so you do have access to water to flush toilets, do whatever you need to do. What I do? What I say? SMI ally. Okay, SMI SMCI and ally. JP Majesty, thank you for checking in. So let's go through it. SMCI. MicroStrategy down a lot, and it need to get up off the ground. I'd be out for like a month, so probably like 50. No, probably 40. Go out to March or June, but it's in the dumps. See what the news is. MicroStrategy is set to report their second quarter physical results soon. So they're reporting on the third. Do we think they're going to be good or great? This is AI, so they might be harboring to boast or something. They're going to report on the third. So let's see if people are in call. Not heavy on the call, and they're bears, but we could see probably some calls in here. Again, I'd be looking out more long term positioning, seeing where people are set up. They're not heavy out here, just on the 35. Nobody's out there to the 50. So let's go out to January and look at that 50. See that strike? We got the OI, not the volume, still pricing. It wouldn't fit my book. I don't like it. Ally Financial. Okay. Got some resistance here at 56 at the highs. We're kind of pushing over. Let's go check news. So April, they've done. They don't quite move it down. It moves a little slow. They just barely over the mark. So we're just staying within $1.42 for calls, 41 for puts. Yeah, this is fairly thin. And see, I can see they're thin. They don't have weekly contracts. I could look at the chart and tell it was going to be thin before I even hit on expiration. And they only do monthly contracts. So nobody's really trading it. So Ally would not like be on my list or my top to trade. So I could trade other stuff easily, just going to give me my setup and fit my criterion to be able to trade. Oh yeah, that was wild to me. Like when I was looking, I stay in a modular. I'll probably do some content on my modular, but I wanted space for my family. I wanted space for if either one of my parents or my wife's parents had to come move with us, and they would be able to get around. But you always need like a tub. So the modular model that we saw It just had a huge shower. That shower was like you could probably fit 4 or 5 people. Real old word shower. Um, but I we need a tub. We like to soak. So I have a window. We actually got it's a frosted. We're actually gonna probably put a bay window or a better window in that bathroom. Again, if you go modular, make sure you customize everything. We didn't customize as much as we probably should, but again, it's our first time. We didn't have much up. It was just us. But get a tub. I love our tub. Like that's my sanctuary. I love a shower. But yeah, you need a tub. Like primaries, like DR Horton in Austin, all their primary starter homes were over 150,000. I think they were in like the 180s and 200s. Like they started like 250s, and they did not have tubs in the primary. I think that was like, and people were buying that bull. No, 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 no. Like you can't give me no starter home without a tub. Like it's a tub. It's like the house. It's like closets. It's like a room can't be a room. Can't be considered a bedroom without a closet. I see a primary. It needs a tub, but I guess everybody done bathe. What else y'all got? We got a few more minutes. I'll stay on. We got 6 more minutes. I'll stay on longer if y'all drop any more chickers. If y'all got questions, definitely let me know or we'll get on up out of here. You can see I miss you guys. I've been on quite some time. We've been talking. We've going on. We're a little over 2 hours. So it was great being back on. And just started. I kind of treated y'all like the redheaded stepchildren and not being over here on YouTube and leaving y'all hanging. So I definitely apologize. Buffalo Wild Wings. And if we're gonna do Buffalo Wild Wings, we probably should be Wingstop too. Bill. Sorry, I thought it was Buffalo Wild Wings. Build a Bird Workshop. My bad. And I'm thinking Wingstop. Must be hungry. They're about to hit that all time high again. They're creeping up. You can see that V recovery. So I'd be looking at you see where that gap is here. So about 70. Yeah, they gap down. You look for it to recover somewhere in there. What was it? Earnings? No, they came down before earnings. What was the news? Why did they come down? And don't laugh at me too much about Buffalo Wild Wings. I don't know why they came in my head. So December the 4th was last earnings. Um, News. One of Build a Bear's fastest sellout returns for National Hug Day. Two cheap mid caps done. Nothing major. Any news? Like if you could tell me, like why Build a Bear Workshop? I'd probably be bearish on them. Looking at the chain, I don't like it. I wouldn't trade it. This is why they don't come up. See, they're not. They don't have enough liquidity for me to want to trade this. This is this is trading hard. I wouldn't trade them. Right. What else y'all got? Again, if you missed it, drop replay. If you're here, if you need to catch it or do any of those sales, there's my email right there in the Zelle. Also, my Cash App for anybody that wants to get that. And I'll still post it. Or did I post it? I may have posted it on the community wall. But look on the channel on the wall. That 2-for-1 special. No, I think I just posted it on Facebook. So I apologize. So I'll post it on the wall here so y'all can take advantage of that sale. Oh, great. Well, thank you. Again, anytime y'all miss it, definitely check in and catch those replays. Never know what gems you missed in the beginning, and I appreciate it. Those watch hours are helping grow the channel. It help pushes me out. The more likes y'all have, I mean, when y'all hit share, it pushes me out, and we can get more people to learn here. Bath and Body Works. Let's look at the yearly. They're down 40%. 5 years, 39. Trash. Oh, let me. What's how much do they move? Yeah, they don't move a lot. They're probably gonna have quarterly earn. They're gonna have a thin chain too. Well, they got weeklies, but yeah, thin chain. It's affordable though. I just don't like it right here. Let's go out to January, February. Yeah, not too wide, but the chain is super thin. Anybody use screeners when they trade? And if you've never used a screener, put a one if you've used a screener. Put a two if you've never used a screener and want me to show you how. So if you want to find companies that don't get you into Bath and Body Works and not here or Build a Bear, come to finviz.com. If you're getting used to trying to figure out what you should trade, come over here to the map, look at the heat map, and just kind of visit around, look at the different the different sectors, find companies inside the sectors that you like. Boom, start there. But if you want to find what companies you should trade, we go through a criteria. So first, we're starting out with 10,847 companies. That's too much. That's too many. It's too many personalities. I don't even need that many. So I'm gonna change this to U.S. base. It's gonna cut down about 1,000. We're gonna change this to optionable. Boom. Now we're at 5,000. We're cooking with grease now. Now we need there to be movement. So we want current volume over a million. The more over a million, the better. So we're going to go over 2 million. Average volume over 2 million. So we went from 5,000 companies down to 957 companies that we could trade. Now you can always move this around for different sectors, whatever you want. But we're going to add in a couple of more features, which is going to be ATR. And I think that's going to be under technicals. So the ATR, we want to be able to cut it in half. So we want it to be at least over one at minimum. So we took down from 700 companies. We started out with 10,000. We're down 100 to 477 companies now. Now, there's a couple of other ones that you can move into here. Volatility and what's crossing. This is just going to help you pick those, a good beta, all of those things. But this is just, I'll put you in a fraction of companies that you can trade. These are going to be in alphabetical order. I like to switch it and go by volume. Boom. So now, what's at the top of my list? Intel, Nvidia, Silver, all of these. So now you have a plethora of companies that you can trade. Most of you are going to want to go do this. You're going to go hit this button right here and hit export, and they're going to want you to pay. Unless you're very savvy and you're going to be very strategic in the first 7 days, don't do this. Don't sign up for this because you're going to hit it and you're not going to come back, and your 7 days are going to be up and they're going to charge you, and you're not going to take advantage of it. What you should do is come back here, use your mouse and your keyboard, and just highlight these areas like so, like tap of the brown, like this, like so. Copy it, uh, copy it. Then you're gonna come over to a sheet, and then we're gonna get a new sheet like that, like so. And then I'm gonna drop it in my sheet. Boom. Now, why would I pay them if I can just copy it and put it in my sheet? Did y'all learn something right there? Was that new to anybody? Drop some fire emojis if that was good. Or drop some sevens or fire emojis and let me know. Was that something cool to learn? I'm new, but I'll be back. I gotta catch the replay for sure. All them candles I buy from for sure. All those candles. L Brown, thank you. So now you got 407 different companies. You can't tell me you can't find something to trade when I just showed you guys how to find over 400 different companies. You could take one from each page every day and get comfortable with that company and learn how to trade. These are your top companies that you should be able to move. Now, again, I did ATR over one. You want to go a little further? We do two. Now you're down to 280 something companies. So again, moving this around helps you out a lot. You can put any other strategic criteriums on there. Excuse me. All right, guys. This has been fun. Anything else? We've been on an hour and a half. I didn't expect. I expected maybe 30 minutes to break down that little one swing trade, but again, this is how I feel in my one on ones, and I'll bring this up and I'll probably share it on the post as well. But one of my popped off. Well, I'll do it another time. I'll share it in the post. But I tried to jam pack a lot of information in a short amount of time. We've been here an hour and a half and we've gone over a lot. How to pick companies, how to screen, looking at how to evaluate what I see on the chart. We've gone through a lot of topics in an hour and a half. Um, and we could have gone more. So this is what um, I don't see ATR in the window. Oh, I had it there. You can't see it in there? Yeah, it's at the top right there. I can see it. So I like to make sure I had a client inside of my Discord. I did a game because I can tell when the morale inside of the Discord is down, nobody's really talking. So I played a game and somebody won. So in that hour, we went over a lot of information. Let's see if I can pull it up though, because I was being lazy. Here it is. So I'll let y'all see that. We went over, and I'll let y'all read it for a second. Um, what we went over. And a lot of people would think, oh, if she offers me a free one on one, she's probably not going to give me, all the game or the details just so I'll pay for a one on one with her. I went over everything he asked for. Whatever questions he had that fit in that hour, I went over it. Like, I don't get on and start rambling and talking about anything unless we're cool. Some people like my ramble. But we came on and got straight to it. Like straight to it. Um 9 to 5 to full-time trader, letting him know how that was going to play out, giving him custom tickers, custom size, swing trading, and day trading, because these can be different for everybody and what tickers they want to use and the amount of capital they want to start with. That's why I teach one-on-one, because what works for me may not work for you. My schedule, I'm a full-time trader, so I can look at the market whenever I want to. That's different from somebody who works a 9 to 5 who and still runs a household. I don't cook. My wife cooks every meal. I can't remember the last time I did cook. Well, I made me a smoked sausage sandwich the other day, but I don't cook. My wife cooks. I wash the clothes. So everybody's lifestyle is set up different. So you got a person that may work 9 to 5, pick the kids up, cook, clean, wash clothes. Trading may not be at the top of the list, and they may not have time to squeeze that in. So I create a customized plan for people so they can know what to do, how to manage this, because I've worked full time. I've not worked full time. I know I've come from being again, most of the traders I work with, they got into the game, and when they started, they were already free. They weren't trading. So to come from, I'm showing you coming from a 9 to 5 in real time to now doing this full time. I've been there. I know the ins and outs of what you can pick. So I just wanted to share that with you guys so y'all can see it. Let me remove that banner because it might be in the way so y'all can get the full effect. But this has been fun. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll give you guys we got about 4 more minutes. If you got any other tickers, last questions, any comments, and then we're gonna get on up out of here. Oh, as y'all are dropping those, again, I went over um having your water supply, having your tea kettles. I have a portable um it's not a jackery. What is that thing called? I got a blue box, but I do have outlets on there. It's a portable battery pack. I do have two portable battery packs for my car. The cold weather can probably make your car not start. So make sure you have those backed up so I can charge phones or fans or heaters or something like that. Make sure you got charcoal lighter fluid. That's another way to cook. You can cook inside your barbecue grill. People be like, oh, I don't have food. And if it's cold enough and your house is warm, take that food out your refrigerator, sit it outside in your yard. If you got to, fence and stuff, just put it outside. It's not gonna go bad. It's colder outside than probably in your refrigerator when the power goes out. Get your batteries. Make sure you have lamps and lights. I was just guilty of not having my phone charged. My phone was down to 7% and it was storming. So make sure you keep your devices charged. During this time, go out to the car, make sure you're gassed up. We made the mistake of my wife had come home in my car and we were low on gas, and the next day the power went out, so she had to drive around. I was working. She drove around for an hour trying to find gas, and it was frustrating. And then she finally found one about 30 minutes outside of our city, until my job put us up in College Station about an hour away. So just make sure you have a full tank of gas. Make sure you use proper receptacles for gas. Don't go out here. I seen some food. I'm gonna call them food because they was putting gas in plastic totes. Don't be that person. Get proper storage containers for gas and put them in it. Um, yeah. When you copy and pasted that list, how can you paste it into an Excel sheet? Oh, I don't use Excel. I'm using Sheets. It's just built in. So I just open up a Google Sheet and pasted it over here. So you can use Excel or Sheet, but it's just copy and then paste. And that's a Google Sheet. And so if we want to see it again, let's do sheet number 2. And then I'm gonna take this. I'm literally just highlighting and coming in to the bottom, making sure I got everything, and then I'm copying, and then I'm just coming over to the sheet and I'm pasting it. A little ghetto, but saves you a little money. Yep, Google Sheet. So I plan to do something big. Let's look the channel, and maybe I can incorporate you guys with this. But I keep clicking on where's my channel? Here's my channel. I'm at 608 subs. I want 1,000. If you guys can help me get to 1,000, because I know you guys have been here. If I can get to 1,000 subs, I'll do a free class, a group class for everyone. Be private to you guys. We can go over whatever you want. So it'll be intimate. Won't just be on here. You guys can talk back to me in real time and not have to wait on the delay. We'll do a Zoom, do a class, answer your questions, get you started, different things like that. It'll just be a celebratory Zoom. So help me grow, get the word out, like, share, subscribe. The goal is to hit 1,000 subs. Next goal will be 3,000. No, next goal will be 1,000, 5, and then 10K. So anybody that you know that you think could get value from this information, share my channel with them. Sorry guys, let me mute this. I said I don't cook, but I probably should. I don't know what they in there doing. And that ain't the ghetto beeping. That was actually the actual smoke detector going off. But yeah, hey guys, help me get to 1,000 subs. I greatly appreciate it. Invite your friends and family. Um, Definitely listen to the beginning of the show if you're checking out. I do have a sale going on. And I can actually post it here from Facebook so you guys can see it. So there's a 2-for-1 sale going on. Ignore my picture and my son's video, but I have a 2-for-1 sale going on right now. Anybody that wants to sign up, you can do Zelle or Cash App. 2-for-1 hour sessions. My 1 hour sessions are usually $100. You're getting 2-for-1, max 10 per person. Because like I said, y'all are not gonna wear me. You can use Zelle or you can Cash App it to me. If you're purchasing more than 5, I can send you a pay link through Stripe, and that way, if you want to finance it and use Klarna or Afterpay or put it on a credit card. But other than that, again, 2-for-1. I just wanted to help my people out because I know we have some people struggling and sometimes they just need to follow up. I did also offer this to um, my group session people. so that they could take advantage of it too, so they could use it after. Not that they're needed, but sometimes they do. You want to be able to speak to me one on one, but again, they had the 600 to learn in the group, but not the 2,000 to learn from me one on one. Again, if you don't have the 2,000 to learn from me one on one, I would suggest get your max, get your 10 of these 2-for-1s, and then you'll be good to go. Perfect. I got you, K Watts. I remember. I'm make me a note for that too, but I remember. But I appreciate you signing up. If you got any questions with that class, make sure you take advantage of it. I'm probably going to be DMing you and emailing you, making sure that you're on top of it, because you're going to learn a lot, and I don't want you to just fall by the wayside. But that's going to be great on incorporating and building your foundation. 2 free classes. I got it wrote down so I remember. But I appreciate you guys. Hope y'all have a good one. If you catch the replay, definitely drop replay in the chat. If you're trying to reach me and schedule your appointments, after you book, just shoot me an email. The email is the one that you be sending the Zelle to. If it doesn't come up, also shoot me an email. I can see my personal number because I have one for my email and one for my personal number. Other than that, y'all stay safe. Protect your family. Stay warm. And don't go buy up everything out the grocery store and let it go bad. And I will catch you guys next time. I'm gonna do better. I meant to pop this up two nights ago, but I was just dead tired. So I will have I am working on a schedule. February we should have a schedule where you guys will know in which topics coming up. If anybody wants to come on, do interviews. If you've worked with me, definitely send me a email and we can set something up, a little 10-15 minute pre-record. But I appreciate you guys and y'all have a good weekend.